Hey everyone. Now, on my last birthday, almost a year ago, my son bought me this piece for my birthday. You won't believe what I paid for it, but it is supposed to be a natural mahogany. Now, I am going to attempt to strip it down, sand, and refinish. I will not be putting a color on it because natural mahogany is the kind of wood with those rich tones, and so that with a clear coat of finish should allow the wood to shine beautifully. Now I know this is my first attempt. It may not be up to the standards of you experts, but nevertheless I am going to attempt stripping with a spray stripper, and when that process is complete I'll be back. Okay, so I am in the process of stripping the vanity, and I have made a few discoveries. Nothing new, they're what I expected. As you can see, those scars that were on the scratches that were on the surface, they're actually below the finish that was on the piece. It's actually engraved in the wood. Now, the challenge I'm faced with is that I do not own one of those sanding machines, so I'll be using my hand, and what I'm praying for is that that will be adequate to remove the scratches, because being as I will not be putting a stain on the piece, then at least for a while, I think, until the wood gets a bit more mellow. I am hoping, I don't know anything about furnishing, about woodwork that is. I'm hoping that it will be enough to get these scratches out of the piece. I will have to do another coat of remover from the piece, as it's either started drying already or I did not put adequate amounts on. Now the day is over and night is drawing nigh. I'm not quite finished with my stripping process, but that is where I'll stop. I'll just finish the stripping for today, and tomorrow I'll apply the finish. As you can see, I've applied the strip to the drawers, and I'm almost finished with the stripping of the vanity itself. Whew, this is hard work, especially when you really don't know what you're doing, and two, when you don't have the right tools. But hey, I am soldering on. Okay guys, I'm finished, and I'll be honest, I'm only mostly satisfied with the job I've done. Why I said I'm mostly satisfied is the result I really desired I was not able to achieve, because I am not up to the task of sanding this thing as much as it needs to be. And I bought a spray gun to do the varnish. Well, I'm using lacquer, and I don't know, it's just not working for me. The only thing the spray gun seems to work well with is water. It's not even working well with paint. And so I had to brush on the lacquer. And what I know is that you're not supposed to brush that finish on. It's supposed to be sprayed on because of how quickly it dries. And so I have some marks and I have some bubbles. Not a lot of either of them. And as will happen from time to time, I had a bit of hiccup. This is the stripper I use to do the piece, and most of it was finished except for what I used to. The issue I had was that with the mosquito-borne diseases and so on, vector control was around doing their stuff, and so I had to end what I was doing pretty early. And so you find that some of the product I dried onto the vanity, and I had to reapply this morning in order to finish it. Well, this has been my Mother's Day project. It wasn't planned but for it to be Mother's Day, but I did plan to try and do this myself. I know I'm stripping this center table I have. It's a veneer top. It needs a little bit of wood filler, so I'm gonna do that and then refinish this. I may reapply the stain to it, as well as I might not, because my son said he likes the look of it. So let's see what happens. But thank you very much for sticking with me throughout this process.